Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of Leopard Man from Tarzan the Epic Adventures. This was a line by Trendsmasters of Edgar Rice Burroughs toys based on Tarzan, Mars, and At the Earth's Core. And so this is part of the Lord of the Jungle series. This is from a Tarzan novel, and you can see the different figures in the line on the back. This is worth 1 Tarzan point. This is really nice packaging. Love the black, love the logo. We've opened a figure like this before. This is our second bendable figure that we have reviewed. The first one was Plant Man, who had like tentacles and stuff, which was really cool as a bendable figure. We'll see how a human being is as a bendable figure. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this one quite as much, but we're about to find out. So I'm going to go ahead, because we've already opened up one like this in a previous review, I'm just going to go ahead and open this up between scenes. And so here's the Leopard Man out of his packaging with everything he comes with. And so he comes with this golden badge. The ones that I've been reviewing in previous videos had a red badge because they were from the Mars series. So since he is from a Tarzan novel, he gets this nice golden badge. And this makes a really cool display piece. I displayed my Tarzan figure from the 90s, back when I was a teenager, with that badge, and it looked quite nice. And so you also get these really nice shiny golden claws that you can put on his arms. And so you also, of course, get the figure himself. And there's several differences between him and Plant Man. I still don't get a weird smell or anything from him, but what I do get is kind of a stickiness to the figure. I'm not quite sure why that is. I'm assuming he must be made out of different material than Plant Man was, and my fingers are actually a little bit sticky having to held him, so that's different. And another difference is Plant Man had no problem standing. Leopard Man, unfortunately, no matter what I do, just keeps doing that. I can't get this poor guy to stand on his own, so yep, sorry guys. All right, so let's take a look at his sculpt and the details. So he's wearing leopard skin, which is nicely colored on him. It looks like he really is wearing, kind of a leopard skin, with some wraps to keep it on and all that good stuff. Muscle tone is okay on him until you get to the arms, and then it just looks really weird. Kind of really distracts from the rest of the sculpt, as does his face. I believe they're trying to give him a crazed look, which historically is very in keeping with the Leopard Men. I have not read Tarzan and the Leopard Men. I really want to, because these guys look really cool and I'm sure really great villains. But they are actually historically existing villains. There really was a leopard society in Africa, and there was this secret society that would wear leopard skins, and they believed that they were possessed by leopards, and they would kill and eat flesh. They were cannibals. And so these guys were pretty frightening in real life. And, I can certainly understand, why they would want to try to make him look crazy. That's probably accurate to the novels, I would imagine. But this is just not a very good crazy expression. It just looks kind of off to me. I just wish they'd gone with something a little better. And so let's put the claws in. So these claws just peg into the back. There's a little peg on the claw there. And I am going to peg in the claw. All right, there it goes. And here we're going to peg the other one in. And there we go. And now the Leopard Man has his claws. And so as far as articulation goes, he doesn't have a whole lot because he's a bendable figure. Head doesn't turn. For the arms, you can get them to go out like this, but you cannot move them forward. And that is a huge problem if you're trying to get any decent poses with this guy. The arms will bend, so you can do kind of a simulation of, you know, the arm bending at the elbow, but it just looks really weird. I mean, the sculpt just doesn't really capture the human body very well as far as it being able to bend at the elbow there. It just looks really strange. And because of the limited bending, it's just really hard to get them in good poses with these claws. Part of the problem is that they're one-sided, so they're meant to be looked at this way. And so it just, unfortunately, most of the time when you're displaying them, you're going to be seeing this undone plain side of this claw. So it's just not as cool as it should be. I mean, these guys have like these really cool Wolverine claws, but you know, it's just kind of hard to display them properly. And his legs do that weird thing that the Plant Man's legs were doing. They move around, but they just don't move around naturally, and you can't move them at the thigh like you would like to. So definitely some limited posability on this guy. So he's made on a scale that's very close to their 4-inch figures, but he just seems a little too small to really fit in with those. He does fit in fairly well with this Plant Man if you just, you know, accept the idea of Plant Men being about the size of human beings. They're a little taller in the novels, but if we're going on the idea that Plant Man is about the size of a person, you know, these two bendable figures fit in well together. So I think that may be the idea that, you know, the bendable figures kind of go with the other bendable figures if you're trying to pose them or play with them, you know, properly. He's about the size of the old Secret Wars or Superpowers figures. So I guess if you want like old Captain America or Batman fighting him, there you go. And unfortunately, the only Tarzan figures I have in the line are 5.5 inches tall, so they're way too big to be properly posed with him. So this is the first figure in this line that I was really disappointed at. It's got weird posability and just not very good for collectors. And then, and honestly, would be kind of hard to play with too, I would imagine. And plus, you know, the stickiness doesn't help either. If you're looking for a figure to pose with a bendable Tarzan, there was actually a couple different bendable Tarzans with armors that they created, then this might be a good figure. Otherwise, I would just say pass. There is another version of the Leopard Man that comes with Jungle King Tarzan. It's in a 2-pack, and it's those little 4-inch figures that come to about 3 3/4 inches tall. And so that may be a better option for this guy, but I don't have that figure, so I can't really vouch for it one way or the other. It looks like it might be a solid figure. The claws are not golden, though. That was a nice touch here. I just wish, you know, you could pose it in a way you could see those nice golden claws. But anyway, so that is the first figure in the Jungle series I'm reviewing. I've got 3 other toys to review in that series, and I'm got a feeling they're all going to be a lot better than this one. So like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, see ya.